Hello everyone, welcome to Analysis Trends. I'm Rupam. I'm currently a business analyst, and in this video, we're gonna look into communicate business analysis information, which is chapter 4.4 in Babok. We are using two examples, which is car website development project and a shopping application development project, in order to better understand this. At the end, I'm going to demonstrate the analysistrends.com website, and this will be helpful for you guys to download the content which I'm sharing on this video, like PPTs, the mind map diagrams, or any other information that I'm sharing on this video. So stay tuned at the end and please subscribe and watch till the end so that you get a lot of surprises. Thank you so much. Moving forward on this chapter. Now, why actually we need to communicate business analysis information is the question. Let's say you are working in this project as a BA and you got to inform everyone about the changes you are making to the project as well as any other initiative that you're gonna take in the project so that you need to better communicate that information with everyone. Now, the reason is we have this particular chapter after elicitation and after conducting elicitation and confirming elicitation because at this stage we have already communicated the information and all those. This chapter is mainly focusing on the change. Whatever changes you are making or whatever initiative you are taking, that need to be correctly and properly informed with to all the stakeholders and a specific stakeholder as well based on the information you're sharing. So to understand this, we're gonna use mind map. So don't worry, it'll be very simple. So just stay with me till the end and let's get started. So the purpose and description about this particular chapter is being explained here. Now, why we want to communicate? To ensure stakeholder understand the business analysis information. Now, also the description says that how, when, why, with whom, in which form, like which kind of information and how do you want to design it. Everything has been actually discussed in description. Like what is a timely, tailored communication, what kind of audience you want to share this information, what can be the process. It might be two-way or iterative process. How do you want to plan it? How do you want to engage it? What kind of delivery method you're going to use, like in case of doing it formally or informally, and how on which form you want to do. You want to do in a group or individual or interview basis. So this is what is actually discussed in this particular first two purpose and description. Moving forward, we have inputs. There are two main inputs: business analysis information and stakeholder engagement approach. That means before even you want to communicate, you should have this information with you. What kind of information you need to have is data that is used in business analysis. And second, all the inputs and output previous before this previous tasks. And you should also having the other sharing of additional stakeholders and other information as well. So this is required to communicate to the stakeholders, and you should also know what kind of approach I gonna take in order to communicate, because you need to understand your stakeholders based on the stakeholder group. You can create a stakeholder map in order to understand who is your main stakeholder and which stakeholder are the one who you want to actually communicate the information with, and ensure that stakeholders are actually involved and are aligned with the project, right? So once you got this information, now you are ready to actually communicate business analysis information. Now, how do you do that? Using elements. So there are two main things or two main elements in this is objectives, format of communication as one element, and then you got communicate business analysis package as another element. Let's understand that using mind map diagram. So moving forward, there are two ways you can communicate business analysis information. One is objectives and format. Now, what you want to do and how you want to communicate is what is discussed. So you need to know your audience first. Like who is my audience that I actually want to communicate the information, and the reason is to understand their needs. Then customize the content and style according to the targeted audience so that you communicate and they would be able to listen carefully, and ensure that everything is happening within compliance and are actually supporting activities. Other one is communication process. You need to understand that in which platform or in which way I need to communicate with them, because this is very important. If you are making a changes in the project, that should be communicated in a group, because that should be a collaborative group information. If it is very specific to a stakeholder according to requirement, then individual collaboration is a very good. If it is something that is very common, again is a non-verbal method, which is like a matured information you are sharing. Next, once you have actually understood how to do that, this then guidelines and tool that will help you to make this more easier for you. And techniques that you can use to communicate information is what we can look using mind map. So the guidelines here says that business analysis approach, you need to understand that which approach you are going, what is the frequency, formality, consideration. Information and management approach says you that what kind of method you're gonna use, informal, formal, and what kind of information you're gonna share with the stakeholders, which is very important. The techniques here, as mentioned, you got interviews, reviews, and workshops. Interviews, one-on-one. Reviews, again, it might be one-on-one or a group, and then workshop, definitely a group. The reason you do interview is basically to do a little bit interaction with the stakeholder directly. Reviews, basically the main purpose of review is to get feedback, adjustment, approvals on individual or group. Workshop basically consensus and approvals again in individual, basically not individual but again on group. So once you have identified, you got the information, you have communicated with stakeholders, you know how to communicate, you know what kind of information I have to communicate, you also know how do I do that with the techniques, you are moving with whom I need to communicate. Now you'll find the people who actually you need to communicate the information with based on the information you have. Now to understand that, you got stakeholders and outputs. Now to do that, the stakeholders, there are four different categories: end user and customers, subject matter expert, implementation subject matter expert and testers, and any stakeholders. End user and customers, these are the one who actually you need to be informing the information just to keep them informed. That's it, right? Because those are the one who gonna understand what's happening. Subject matter expert are the decision makers or having a domain knowledge. Now they will help you to validate the information. So you need to inform the particular business analysis information. Make sure that they are helping you to validate that information throughout the change process. Implementation subject matter expert and testers are definitely the one you need to inform any changes that are gonna happen or about requirements or design, because they are the one who gonna make those implementations, like developers and testers. Then any stakeholders, that means any change you are making, definitely it might be anyone who is directly or indirectly related to this project need to be communicated, because those are dependent on this project. Lastly, what happens once you do all this is you got a business analysis information which is communicated. The reason it is communicated because stakeholder now have understanding on the content and the implication about this particular project, so that they are well understood about okay what is being done and how is been then done, right? This is what is the chapter says. Next, moving forward with the example here is a car website development project. As a seller, car seller, they want to as a BA working for this car website development project. The main purpose for me is to communicate this information with the stakeholders. Now, who are my stakeholders? If you go and highlight, there is your car seller company, the development team, and your testers. So you want to communicate information to car seller company, development team, and testers. How you gonna do it? You're gonna do it through techniques. You're gonna do with a client meeting or a demo session. And what kind of methods you want to follow? You're gonna do a platform selection. You're gonna go with mail, email, or project management tool. And then you're gonna do a feedback mechanism. That's method of stakeholders and providing input and ask questions. The elements that are actually been helpful for you is to you need to have a proper communication and proper regular updates maintaining. How you will do, you will only able to do it if you have inputs, right? So you need to have all the car website development specification in hand, as well as the key stakeholder list in hand, so that you can communicate that information fluently or effectively with the stakeholders. What happens at the end once you do that is you get an output. That output is basically the reports or the project status or the completed task that has been done throughout this project is actually communicated, and that will help to make the progress on this particular project, right? The similar fashion, if you want to if you are working as a BA in a shopping application development project, the main purpose of communicate business analysis information is to ensure that the project progress, completed task, and upcoming deliveries are being actually communicated. You need to do that once you have a specifications for a features and functionality that you want to implement, and then you need to identify your stakeholders who I need to implement what kind of information. Once you find them, then you need to find a way of method in order to you gonna progress on this. Use any kind of platform, it might be any kind of mechanism it might be, but the main purpose is to make a proper communication way to your stakeholders. You're gonna do it through sprint reviews. You're gonna do it to user testing sessions where you can gather feedback from target audience and improve based on the user experience. The stakeholder here are project team, product owners, and marketing team. Basically, the reason is this is an example. So the reason we are communicating with them based on the information they are actually looking for, and based on the project goal is or project alignment is. So go through this. Definitely, you might have some doubts if you look at this for now, but let me know on the comment section as well as on the website portal, so which I'm going to share now. So ready for the surprise? Let's move forward with that. So when I click on analysistrends.com here, it'll redirect me to the website. So this is our brand new website which has business analysis, business intelligence, and product management components, or you can say concepts. For now, we are live with BA concepts, and under BA concepts, you got all the information related to BA, job roles, templates, tools, and projects and case studies. And the end, you got software and tool which you're gonna learn in the future. For now, the BA concepts is live. When you go into that, you'll be able to understand all the Babok is structured in this way, where you got key concepts, knowledge areas, competency, and techniques. And wherever you see live, that means that particular video is already there available for you in the YouTube. You can go and watch anytime. For example, if you want to go and understand the BACCM model, so soon or later we're gonna add all the uh, mind maps into this so that you can download a PPT directly so that you can understand and read it while you are actually studying, and make sure that you also follow this particular channels, right? So this is the whole website. It's very start, but from now if you go and uh, explore this, you will able to find lot of this. There are many blogs already been written, so you can go and explore and have a look, and just let us know how you feel about this website as well. So thank you for watching this video. Stay connected, stay safe as well. So please subscribe, please share, and thank you again. Have a good day. Bye.